It's our nation's day to appreciate our military. Yet, the provinces of Ontario, Quebec, Nova Scotia, and Manitoba don't recognize Remembrance Day as a national holiday. In response, NDP MP Dan Harris introduced Bill C-597 to the House of Commons. The bill will make Remembrance Day a national statutory holiday across Canada.
And there's lots of people in particular in Ontario and Quebec that don't get to go to ceremonies because they're stuck at work. And I want every Canadian who wants the opportunity to go and commemorate to have that chance.
The bill coincides with recent security threats directed at the Canadian military and the deaths of Corporal Nathan Cirillo and Warrant Officer Patrice Vincent.
The House of Commons and members of Parliament all had a shared experience, and it was a shared traumatic experience, and that tends to leave people feeling pretty helpless. And I think for many MPs, as part of the healing process, this is actually something positive that they can come together on and try to actually do something.
While other versions of this bill have been tabled in the past, this is the first time it's gained a stronghold in the House of Commons. NDP MP and Veterans Affairs oppositions critic Peter Stauffer says the bill is uniting all political parties.
They understand if you go per person, Conservative, Liberal, NDP, Green, Independent, even in the Senate, per person, you ask them, should it not be a statutory day where people reflect upon the heroes of our country? The answer would be yes.
Bill C-597 has received support from the Conservative Party. It passed the second reading in the House of Commons and is now being assessed by the Heritage Committee. While there is a considerable deal of parliamentary backing, there is still some concern about whether or not Canadians will observe Remembrance Day if made into a national statutory holiday. Jordy Yao is a Canadian veteran and advocate for veterans' rights. Yao is doubtful that Canadians will commemorate Remembrance Day if made into a national holiday.
Will people actually realize that the reason that they should go to these Remembrance Day ceremonies is because this free time was given to them from these individuals that made the ultimate sacrifice?
Some who took part in this year's Remembrance Day ceremony shared Yao's concerns.
I'm kind of torn. I see one side of the fact that, yes, it's a great idea if there should be a holiday to support the veterans, but on the other hand, it just becomes a holiday and people don't remember, people sleep in, don't bother to show up.
The fate of the bill rests with the Heritage Committee, which may make amendments by the end of this month. Depending on the outcome, Canadians may have their first statutory Remembrance Day holiday on November 11, 2015. Jordan Tenenbaum, CJTV News, Ottawa.